for something.
Hi, everybody. It's Linda G here. Now, you just gave me some news. This is Arthur, in case I haven't introduced him. You just gave me some news you just heard. Um, that was very interesting.
About what? We were just talking about a lot of things.
It was on the news. You said you just heard it.
Oh, about the passwords,
Yes.
online passwords. I mean, passwords and secret stuff was found online for Hegseth, Gabbard, and Walls.
That's amazing.
All the people that were in that chat, they
So,
have access to their stuff.
my question to you is, will anything become of this? Because they could care less what America thinks. Absolutely could care less.
Well, they might care less what America thinks, but the rest of the world's listening
Mhm.
and seeing. Just like on that chat, one of the guys liaison between Steve, whatever, I forget his last name with the W, with Trump and Putin. He was on the chat. He was in Moscow
Yeah.
on a regular app
Well, we're in the hands of Moscow now. There's nothing we
using
can do about
using
it.
a chat that's on unprotected, really, in Russia. They had everything that was going on. And the thing is, when you look at this, this is the one we know about. How many of the chats have been
Oh,
going?
there's a lot more.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is really going to cause them a lot of troubles. Yep, all for money. Um, ooh,
Spreading, mutating.
there's an ending with this. What is the ending?
The ending of they just showed me it was like the past
Well, I see
and people
something with
caring.
Kelsey Gabbard. Did you see her? She looked very stressed out. She looked like she knew this was no good.
It was almost like double talk when she was talking to everybody.
Yes, well, I
It-
don't have that information in front of me now.
yeah, but it was in front of you an hour ago. Didn't you read it?
Yeah, well, you ate that ham sandwich an hour ago.
Yeah. We know because you put it on Instagram.
So the death card related to what I'm seeing here is there will be trouble ahead. There's more stuff getting found out. If they were able to get the passwords of Hedgehog and Gabbert and the other one online, the passwords.
The the headline reads Hegseth, Walls, Gabbard, private data and passwords of senior US security officials found online.
And also, you know that group called Anonymous?
Oh, I love them.
I'm having people asking me about them.
Hmm.
And I see them really doing something fabulous down
I
there.
already get them. They've already been putting stuff out there. They've got the receipts on
See
Musk.
them deliberately setting them up on something. Let me just take a quick look, see. You grab a card and tell me what it says. Security cameras. They're coming from the back. Judgment will come before them. Okay. Uh,
Cyclone damage.
cyclone damage. Yeah. I see them doing some bad news towards them.
Hmm.
Ooh, the Ten of Swords. Justice and the angel of light and mercy. Because I pray really hard. Get behind me, Satan. I'm
Oh,
telling you,
I
he
say
is
that all the
nothing
time.
but Satan. Everything he's doing. Now, what were you just saying about Social Security? He signed a executive order today.
Yeah, Social Security, people that receive checks, their Social Security checks, they want them to be direct deposits now. He was saying it's too expensive to send out checks, laborers to write the checks, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So listen, you guys, I just heard from Mel.
Okay.
He said he went to the surgeon today and he said that he still needs to rest for a few more days and that there's a good possibility that this will come back. I've decided to have the surgery in July. I travel so much and I'm active and don't want to run the risk of having this happen overseas. I'm seeing a foot and ankle specialist in April. My left ankle is inflamed. That guy's falling apart. And I want, maybe you and I should fly out there and just slap the hell out of him.
I'll start walking.
My left ankle is still inflamed and I want to go get this taken care of as well. I still can't walk very well. I'm ready to go back to YouTube on Monday if you're available. No, I'm just kidding. And it's his turn, by the way. I have another CT scan in a few weeks to see how the colon is healing. Uh, he's still having issues from the antibiotics.
Hmm.
He's still on a soft diet. I'll send him a big package of steaks. Looking forward to getting back to work on Tuesday. It's been almost 3 weeks. Poor guy. Linda, I can never begin to thank you and enough for everything you have done for me. I'm so grateful. Gary and Lucky say hello. The dog has stayed by my side since I've gotten home from the hospital. Isn't that funny how dogs know?
Oh, yeah.
When I was going through chemo, my dog Moochie, I had a dog, a Labrador, he wasn't a Shih Tzu. What was he? Lasho Opso,
Okay.
poodle.
Yeah.
That dog just was right up next to me. But the dog kept smelling in my mouth like the dog knew I had cancer before I knew I had
Yeah.
cancer. I said, get out of my damn mouth. So you guys, it looks like so if he has the surgery in July, that should, he should be
Could
okay.
help.
He doesn't want to be in Europe and have to deal with all
Well,
this.
that's smart in some ways. But
Very
I
smart.
did talk to him yesterday and I teased him and I said the reason why your foot is aching is because the guys want you to sit the F down.
Yeah,
Because if you had gotten better, you would have gone to work right away and got worse. So they need
that's
you to
true.
rest.
That's very true. That's very true. We just pray. You guys say a little prayer. I'll probably do prayers this weekend and pray for him and pray for our friend Dennis, Julian Dennis.
Hmm.
Well, Dennis has to go in and get a couple of stents put in because I was supposed to be there
Right, in Arizona.
this past
Yeah.
weekend. And my cousin, you didn't get to meet him. Mel knows him. My cousin Susan's husband, Jim, is on hospice.
Oh.
By the way, I want you guys to know I did have a reading with this morning with Nath at Third Wish.
Hmm.
And I had him look at my cousin Jim because I was wondering, I mean, Jesus, he goes in and out, sometimes he's strong, sometimes he says, nah, he's gonna last for a long. He's ornery right now. So I said, there you go. So
Nice.
yeah,
That's great.
so we shall see. But you look good, your color looks good. So
Makeup.
are you feeling better? You were
Makeup.
sick there for a while.
No, I was sick. No, I'm doing better. Thank you.
Did you finally stop drinking the fifth of whiskey?
Yeah, I have an IV now. It's very convenient. Just plug it in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad you're doing better. Everybody's falling apart, you guys.
Well, I'm telling you, the eclipse we had, now we have another one coming up on the 29th. And then we had the Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, and then all the Pluto stuff leaving Capricorn going into, Aquarius and all that stuff. It's it's crazy.
Well, I'm going to tell you, even the first year he was in office, in the first term, I've often seen military coming in and pulling them out.
Hmm.
And I think they will find beyond a reasonable doubt, which you're already finding out. He's a traitor.
And I've been saying, as I said before, the mirror cracks started at the Ides of March, and
Yeah.
that's when all this stuff was signaling all that. They did that undercover, and then it came out
We've lost 4 military men.
in Lithuania.
Yeah.
Practice exercises, apparently.
What happened? How did they
They were
die?
doing, I don't know. The only thing they said was they were doing military exercises.
And then they disappeared.
Yeah,
So someone took them.
we'll
Was
find
it
out.
us doing it to ourselves? Because I don't trust Trump.
I don't know.
But once our men and women of the military start losing their lives over this, And the Social Security, by the way, you just told me he just signed an executive order,
For
Trump
the
did,
for the checks.
for that the checks have to be direct deposit, which I have and you have
Mhm.
too. But I feel bad for all those people who have to sit in line trying to get their,
Bank accounts and everything is on.
yeah.
It's
Some
crazy.
people
And
don't have bank accounts.
well, that's what they were saying. That's why they don't have it. But and the other thing was there are some people that receive Social Security that they were saying that they have a caretaker, but if the caretaker does not have documentation, they may not send the Social Security check.
Oh, also, you know what I just flashed on? Tell me if this sounds correct. I just flashed on, they want you to have a bank account so they can go in and take it out anytime they want.
Exactly. They're
Because that guy that they claimed was dead, that wasn't dead,
yeah.
and he didn't get a check, they were trying, maybe he doesn't have much in his account because he said they were trying to take out money out of his account. I guess they couldn't because he didn't have any money in there.
Yeah.
But they were trying to take past payments out.
So you got a flash. I thought you were too old for that.
No, I'm just a young 72 years old.
Okay.
So everybody loves your sense of humor. Thank you, Rita.
Lynn's never understood me.
How's Auntie Mel doing? Well, I just told you, Stephanie. So I guess Mel and I will be doing a show on Monday.
Well, maybe that means, well, if he's working Tuesday, he may be too tired to do something on Tuesday. Aloha Tuesdays, we do.
Oh, Aloha Tuesday. No, I think he's going to want to get on board. Is Jeffrey Goldberg safe? Very good question. This is
I
from
feel that's why he
Iman.
put all, I feel that's why he put everything out there.
Yeah, well, they were calling him a liar, and I'm sure that the Trumpsters, there's not that many out there, were going to threaten his life. How dare you lie about them and make up this story? You stole this information.
Yeah, but the thing is, the White House has already said it was true, and then Hegseth is saying, "Oh no, it's all fake news. It's all fake news." It's like, uh, the right, left hand, they don't know. Come on.
Somebody was talking about the input that Hedgehog was putting in,
Yeah.
and they said it almost feels like he wants to impress with emojis,
Oh,
and
they the fist bump, American flag, and then and fire.
he's trying to make an impression, like he's the odd man out. And I don't think they like him. I really don't.
Well, Moskowitz yesterday in the House was saying, he's holding this stuff up, like the blow up of the emojis, and said, "We don't have to talk anymore. We can use these." So,
I don't want you guys to worry, but I'm feeling it's coming on closer than normal. And don't forget, we're getting ready to have some significant weather issues
yeah.
like hurricanes and tornadoes. And people will be looking towards Washington. They're like, yeah, well, we ain't got nothing.
Well, there's already the stuff, the, the fires.
Oh, I know they're not helping us with that.
No.
Thank God LA has money.
And Gavin Newsom.
Yeah. I don't see him as president. Do you?
At a time, there was a time I did,
Yeah, I thought he was a go-getter, but
but like
he's
I
he's
said,
in the pockets of the, he okays the insurance companies out here. I've complained to my constituents. He okays the insurance, and every
I
time
feel,
they
I
ask for
feel he may
more
not be
money, he
president,
gives it to them.
but I feel he'll eventually have a cabinet position.
Probably, probably. He's a smooth talker,
Did
and
you see?
we both like that French Laundry restaurant.
It's true. Did you see Pete Buttigieg
Right.
when his comment about the whole thing with this security and breach and
No,
everything?
what did he say?
Oh,
Oh,
he
you
was just
sent it to me. I haven't looked at it yet.
basically just saying it's an S show and it's effed up and anybody out heads would roll for this.
Oh yeah, fired. Oh, what if it was a Democrat that did this?
Well, how many years they were going after
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton for her server, which did not contain anything like this thing did.
No. And then when they left office, they found out they'd all been using their personal cell phones. Ivanka Trump, Jared, all of them were
Mhm.
using their. It's like
Even
it's okay for us to do it, but to hell with you
yeah,
guys.
but don't forget Trump was also using in his first term putting out maps in Mar-a-Lago in the dining room with everybody watching and on the phone, like making it like a big show.
He's a putz. China and Russia's laughing at us. I just want to look at Jeffrey Goldberg real quick. Tell me if this man is safe.
I get he's safe, and I feel that's why he put everything out there.
Yeah,
And
but what he wanted everybody to know. Oh, you think that I added in? I was.
he
Oh,
called
guess
his
what?
bluff. He
He
called his
wrote
bluff.
the CIA, everybody,
Yeah.
and said, "Listen, I'm the journalist that was given this information. Is there anything in here you don't want me to reveal?" Nobody could bother writing him back.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's in a little tight squeeze. He's got to be under protection.
But I feel that's
And
why.
he's got the money to hire his own protection.
But I also feel that's why he's doing a lot of the press that he's doing. So he's out there.
Yeah. So he's out there. He may even go to Europe for a while. He may get out of the country. He will show he's going to be justified. Look at this. We got some good news coming up, you guys.
Hmm.
We got some good news coming up. Victory after burden. He's going to struggle a little bit, but we've got some good news coming up. He did the right thing.
Hmm.
I know this sounds crazy, but he's going to write a book about what happened with us.
Of course he is.
I just saw the book. Listen, did you hear this? You guys, I saw this earlier. Denise, thank you, Denise. Pennsylvania Senate
Yes.
flipped to Democrats. Lancaster's special election, and there hasn't been a Democrat in that seat forever. So how could we not hope beyond all hope? And see, I want it so bad, I have a hard time predicting it
Yeah.
because I want it too bad. I have to be careful with that. But I'm really wondering if we're going to flip Florida and New York with those 3 seats.
I know. I feel New York. Definitely New
Well, I
York.
mean, I wouldn't because he's screwing with the elderly with their Social Security, and he said the Cubans aren't citizens, and this and that. There's a lot of
Oh, and yeah, he's taking away their work permits and everything. Just,
yeah. We'll see.
but New York, I want to say yes. And again, like you, it's like, am I reading too much into it because I want it to happen?
Yeah,
I
I
know that's a
have to be
very
careful.
red
Yeah.
area, but
Hey,
we said
author,
Pennsylvania was going to change.
you did? You knew that?
No, we both did. We said that a
Oh,
while ago.
I can't remember what I said. You have to remind me.
Yeah.
Snap out of it. Like when I went out to dinner with this real nice guy, he showed me the menu and I said, "Oh, I'll have lobster. I'll have a hot dog."
I have a joke that says one session therapy. The guy's sitting in his chair and the guy goes, snap out of it.
Hey, oh, listen, to the young people in the audience, I need you to close your ears. This is from 808. Arthur has got a cute kitty as the face. Arthur was in my dream last night. He just walked into the living room in the house I've never seen, and sat down, no words, just like an angelic presence in the room.
What was she eating before she went to bed?
She forgot to mention you were wearing high heels and
That's not my style because my seams are always straight. Well, it's an interesting dream. Thank you, but
I
subconsciously, I
was
don't know what
hoping
that
it'd be a
means.
little juicier than that.
Well, I,
Oh, uh,
it's thank you. You know, what's that song?
yeah. So this
Rain, welcome to my
anonymous, I
life.
think they're going to set up something pretty significant. May I take a look? Can you grab one of those
Prediction card.
prediction cards and tell us about anonymous? Are they going to put a dent in this? Unexpected results.
These cards are freak, and I don't use cards as a rule. So
Well, can I say this? Let me just say this. If we take Florida and New York, do you realize the absolute devastation the Trump administration is going to feel because they know they're screwed? I
I,
just wish for that. Please, baby Jesus.
no.
Okay, here we go. What kind of heartache can anonymous? It's more than one person, it's several people.
It's a group.
And they're very aware of what's going on, so they move a lot. They can't be traced.
Oh,
I'm
there,
feeling the East Coast. They started in the East Coast.
I'm getting completion in July.
Wow. They will give us good news. Look at this. They will bring the judgment and they will captivate the world. Hell yeah.
So the
And
next show we do is
I
the
kept
one
seeing that Pam Blondie
Blondie Blondie.
being like taken in shackles. I saw her having to report. I saw Telsey, whatever her name
Kelsey
is.
Gabbard.
I saw these people having even hedgehog. I see them real. I mean, everybody will be so done with them. I don't see Trump though, but I see Elon Musk escaping. He might go back to South Africa.
I
What was
don't
how
think,
did Meryl Streep say that? I once had a farm in Africa.
oh, God, I remember the movie. Yeah.
That was such a good movie. Anyway, so this
Out of Africa.
out of Africa, and the music was beautiful,
John Barry.
just gorgeous. So anyway, they are going to cause, but it's telling me the number 5. So it either could happen by May or in 5 months, 5 weeks.
I feel things start because when I got here was July, the way I read it is completion. July, end of
Right.
July. So it could start in May and then go into July. Because I've always felt that what happens by the end of this month continues rumbling and the mirror starts falling apart as we get into June and July. And then from July to September, that's when I feel it's like
A
the
lot of
gurney,
trouble.
the gurney with the man on it.
Hey, by the way, Tesla lost 16 points today. They went up 10 and now they drop
What he
10 plus minus 6.
well, he's buying his own stock, so
That's what I figured, but he doesn't have enough money. There was somebody tape with him talking to Trump, and he's saying Tesla's gone. Tesla, it's over. And Trump is saying, "Hey, buddy, no, don't say that.
no.
One day people will be buying Teslas again." Nope.
Mm-mm.
They are just as dangerous as the Pinto used to be, but they're worse.
We used to say Pintos crash on impact.
I had a girlfriend, her dad bought her a brand new Pinto, Ford Pinto, and my dad assisted me because my dad didn't buy nobody nothing. But he assisted me for $400. I got it. I think it was a 66 Chevy Impala. No, not Chevy Impala. Plymouth Valiant. 3 on the wheel.
My first car was a Plymouth Belvedere 1964 with push button transmission.
Yeah. Well, no, mine wasn't push button. Mine was 3
Yeah.
on the wheel. My dad had to teach me how to drive it. But we went down, he saw it. Dad was looking in the paper for me. And he went down there, and it was a guy who retired from PG&E, and his wife, he had a little house, and his wife was very elderly.
Hmm.
And he said, I don't drive the car. I think the car had 63 miles on it. And Dad looked at me and said, "Do you want the car?" And I said, "I think so." He said, "Let's get it." Because my dad would have kept it
Hmm.
because it was in mint condition and the people were starting to come and he knew they would buy
Get
it.
it now.
Yeah. So he handed that guy, "Here you go. Sign the title." And I remember thinking it was ugly, you know. I would rather have a Pinto. And I would go on the bridge to go to we used to go to San Gregorio Beach
Hmm.
over the San Mateo Beach, and her and I would, have little races. Not terrible, we weren't awful, but that Valiant would leave her in the dust.
Yeah.
That car was the best car. And do you know, I think I had it probably. I know my daughter was born. I had that car. I sold that car probably 8 or 9 years later for the same amount I paid for it, which was $400. It lasted and lasted and lasted.
The Plymouth I had was originally my mom and dad, then it was my older brothers, then it was mine, so it was a pass down. And but I had to still buy it for my brother. My brother had to buy it for his parents, that kind of thing, you know. When I was in high school, I remember my mother sent me to the store. We didn't have cell phones back then. I came back 2 hours later and said, and started screaming at me, "Where's my change? Where's the?" I said, I just have to tell you something. I was in an accident.
Oh,
I totaled a Fiat. There was a scratch on the Plymouth and a little dent.
oh, that's how they were.
I just had
Oh,
to take a
yeah.
hammer, and I'll never forget this because the cop, when he looked at my license, he says, "Oh, happy birthday." It's my birthday. I had turned
My dad
17.
had Impala,
Hmm.
a big red one.
Yeah.
That was a tank. And mom had me go down to Jackie Box. So dad was a fireman, so he was on and off. And I went down through and got everybody hamburgers and drinks. And as I was getting ready to go left, I heard a boom. And then I thought, oh, good, that wasn't me. And then boom, I got hit.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a Volkswagen. The guy was drunk. He was glass all over him. And he hit a woman behind me and her car hit me and like the front end was tore up and the cops come and she was injured and uh, somebody called her husband and the guy was drunk as a skunk and the cops say, who are you? Of course, I was wearing a little mini skirt. You know how I was back in the day. I had a little eldritch cleavage going. And uh, the cop says, who are you? Why are you, get that Impala out of here. I said, but I was in the accident. And he said, well, what's the damage? I said, well, my Cokes got spilled. I was hoping maybe he'd offer to go get me some more Cokes. Because do you know, it was just a little tiny dent in that car.
Yeah.
And the people, because I thought my dad would be mad at me, even though it wasn't my fault, but dad wasn't mad. And the insurance claim person came in and there was another little old scratch in there. The guy says, oh, okay, and wrote my dad a check for 400. Are you kidding? He was happy as could be. He
Yeah.
took it, didn't have to do any work on the car.
Well, like I said, I just had to hammer out a little bit of the bumper back then. That was it.
Yeah.
And the thing was, these were the cool kids from high school, and it was their fault. And I was like the nerd. So it was like revenge of the nerds almost.
Oh yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. But that Chevy Impala, that was a bus.
They're all, we can go on about cars.
I
One
know.
day I'll tell you all about my Gremlin.
Oh, you had a Gremlin?
Hmm.
I don't know if I've met anybody who had a Gremlin.
Hmm.
Was that a good car?
It was good. It was also a stick, and that's how I learned. But at the time, I was playing in a band, and so
Yeah.
my Fender Rhodes would sit in the back. You just open up the glass back and put the thing in. But there's one time I came home and it had been a celebration with the band, and I worked in the band. And so after each song, they had me take a shot. So I drove home. Back in those days, nobody talked about drunk driving. It was like I got home. My
Yeah.
father wakes me up like 6 o'clock in the morning. You got to move your car before your mother gets up. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, you got to move your car. And you could tell I was like, blotto to the wind. And I said, I parked in front of the house. He goes, yeah, we don't have a circular driveway. I parked right in front of this door.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Drive up, a bright orange Gremlin with black racing stripes.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I didn't see that many gremlins out where I lived.
Yeah,
Hey, do you see Canada closing the borders to all Americans? I don't
no,
see that
no.
because there's too many mixed blood. There's a lot of Canadian Americans.
Hmm.
Okay. And what do you feel that's going to happen to the post office? Let's throw on that.
It's not going to go private.
I know they're going to try.
Right, it's not going to happen. And Joy just stepped down.
Let me look. What's going to happen in the United States Post Office? Well, generosity. People will be happy. The bird of paradise sitting on their shoulders. They're going to go through a little reestablishment and be stuck some, yeah, money is an issue. They're going to attempt to privatize it. Yeah, it's going to be okay. It'll take 3
Yeah.
years for them to sort it out. nothing Trump touches is going to,
It all
everything,
turns to crap. He doesn't have the Midas touch.
no.
He's got the back end of the account touch.
So, everybody says, love watching you. Oh, Panda wants to know will Pell Grants, federal student loans, and federal work study aid for colleges students be taken away? I thought they're already taking it away.
Some, I feel
Listen, they
some,
just said on the news that millions of people who got the break from COVID are delinquent on their student loans.
Mhm. But what I'm getting here is things may be put on hold, like it looks like it's dead, but it changes within 2 years and gets reevaluated and it comes back. Just like Trump wanted to get rid of all the grants for teachers.
And that didn't work, right?
It's going to court.
The court is the only thing that's saving us right now.
Hmm.
He's trying so
And of
hard.
course, they said they want to get rid of the federal courts.
But part of the thing with Trump, oh yeah, did you see Mike Johnson say,
Hmm.
well, I hate to say it, but I think it's time to get rid of the judiciary. No, idiot. That's not what you do when something happens and you don't like the outcome. Tables could be turned. Why would you say that? Why would you let the Democrats turn around and say, well, we don't have to listen to you?
Hmm.
But he's talking, and I think it's words. I don't think he means it because I think he knows constitutionally it'll never happen.
Well, he's also a lawyer, but I also feel that he knows he has to impress one person.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but unfortunately, it looks like these people who got on their knees and prayed to God to thank them for letting them take away money and aid for children.
And and it's just nuts. And also some of the people that were on that, going back to the Signal Gate, they weren't even confirmed by Congress yet. Some of the people on that line.
Figures. Yeah, Edith just said, Mike Johnson said that Congress should abolish federal courts. Will he succeed? I'm going to throw just because
Go for it.
psychically I feel it's so egregious. No effing way.
No,
But
we should
let's
get rid
check
of
it
Mike
out.
Johnson first.
Well, he's going to suffer too.
Yeah.
Satan, get behind me. Anybody that would get on their knees and thank God for taking money away from children.
Yeah.
No, the courts won't let them.
I think that'll be if it were to go to the
Look it,
Supreme
it's going
Court.
to blow up in his face. He may
Yeah.
try. I see Trump telling him, yeah, go do it, but I don't see him being able to complete it. Nope.
It's just like a mob boss, I don't like the judge, go out and kill him.
Yeah. Well, I know the Supreme Court won't hear of it.
Mm-mm. Well, did you hear about um what is it, the gun kits, the ghost guns? They
That's what I was
upheld
trying to
Biden's
remember.
they upheld Biden's ruling.
Yeah, 7-2.
It was Alito and and who else that said disdain or wrote against it?
Yeah, but the other guy, Neil, what's his name?
Gorsuch.
Gorsuch wrote the thing on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they said no. Listen, they're going to start, believe it or not, they aren't going to give us the surprises they used to because they opened up this can of worms.
And they know it.
Yeah,
I won't forget what you did for me, John.
yeah. Oh, somebody asked me if the birds have returned. Yesterday, all of a sudden, dead quiet outside. There's no birds, there's no nothing.
Was Tippy
And
Hedren next town over?
and today I saw a couple of birds, but you know what I used to have out here all the time was the crows. They're noisy as hell.
Hmm.
They're gone. So I don't know.
Well, are they making a remake of the birds and just took them all?
I don't know. Maybe they're extras in the movie.
Hmm.
Oh, so anyway, so what's the scoop? David's asking, can Greenland refuse to let Shady off the plane? Why did JD Vance just cut it, end it?
Oh, his wife
They
is
had
still
all these plans. She's not even going to the dog show now.
there. Yeah.
What
Well,
happened?
Marjorie Taylor Greene was not available for it.
Oh, Three
Entertainment
Toes
purposes only.
McGee. What happened?
I just feel that they know, well, there's a big protest at the consulate.
Yeah, apparently the green one was getting every single citizen to
Yeah.
come.
And it
And
was,
I also think somebody, this is what I just got. Somebody told them that maybe even Iran or somebody was going to bring people in or snipers or something. Because they'll take care of his wife too. They don't care. They'll hit whatever they can hit.
well, that's why Musk is running around with his children all the time.
Why? Because he knows he's trying to use them as.
But some cultures don't care about the kids, as you know.
Let me try to psychically pick up on this. Here's
But
the
I'm
woman.
getting a hit on like that too, by the way. That's what I'm hearing right now. That's exactly correct.
What is?
They got intel that if they were to go to Greenland, there may
Something
be
big would happen.
some problems.
It was causing more of a burden, and a lot of people were upset. And also, may I say this?
No.
I think a lot of people are writing to or calling the White House saying, you know, here goes another golf trip. In the meantime, we don't have any food on the table.
Hmm.
So I just feel like people will be
Well,
very
every time he goes
upset.
down to Mar-a-Lago, we got to pay for that.
I know.
And then we got to put, he's charging money to the Secret Service to drive in the golf carts behind him.
That's what he did before.
Yeah.
He spent so much money. So he's a horrible man and he's about ready to go. And when he was talking and he was signing that, he was just signing his latest
Yeah.
order. He was flatlined the whole time. His hair looked like somebody had put a balloon, and flipped it. He was like,
Well, I love when you see it's all white here. Above here, it's all white and his eyes, but everything is orange. If he's a billionaire, can't he get somebody to do his makeup right?
he looks like he's really having struggling. They say he maybe works at 45 minutes to an hour and a half a day.
I just want to know if Pam Bondi went to Trump University.
Who?
I mean, not Pam, the Levitt, the press secretary. Did she graduate from Trump University? She's so nuts. Lies through her teeth.
Will Iowa reverse the student vouchers for private schools?
Eventually.
They are taking public tax money from public schools to fund private. Yeah, that's all going to be turned around. Let me tell you, Iowa's not messing right now.
Mm-mm.
They're going to start really, the people you would think, Nebraska, places like that, like Chester didn't get in. Now they're wishing they had voted for Chester because they don't appreciate what this guy's doing. And when our military start to get hurt, I've said this before. Once our military, it's like, wait a second, we didn't sign up for this. And don't dare let any military die on behalf of Jerusalem. Do not.
I'm just waiting for like him, trying to sick the army against American civilians.
He's not, he may do that. I don't see it.
No, I see him asking for it, and they're no.
Oh, God, no. He wanted to do that with
Before with the riot. Well,
yeah.
no, that so he could hold a Bible upside down in front of a church.
And then that was it. General Milley
Yeah,
apologized to the public
because he
that
was
he should
dressed
have
in
never,
military garb. He
he
should
didn't
have.
realize what he was walking out to.
Yeah. So one of the Bible didn't catch on fire.
So, so, what was I going to tell you? There was
Linda has the
something I
list of
wanted to
questions.
bring up.
That's what's going on here. I don't have them.
The what?
I was just telling people, Linda has the list of questions. I
Oh,
don't.
I have the list of questions. Sorry. Everybody's saying, thank you for doing the collab.
Hmm.
Uh, that everybody wants to know about the signal chant. And does the GOP know that Jasmine Crockett owns them? Jasmine's so funny.
Unfortunately, not really.
They
That's why
hate
I'm
her.
able to go
They
after
hate
them all
her.
the time. Oh yeah.
So everybody keeps asking about Greenland, but we've pretty much told you. I'm pretty sure Intel came in. I'm telling you, they've taken up a petition to ask Prince King Charles not to have what's his name, Orange Menace come.
Yeah.
Do you
The one
think
who
he'll
walked in
still
front
have?
of his mother.
Yeah. And then there was something else. Oh, there was just an arrest in India. Some guy got arrested for spying in India, and he was an Israeli spy.
Oh, jeez.
So,
There's a lot going on that is going to start coming out, I would say, over the next 3 weeks. It's like every day, what now? Well, it's been like that since Trump came into office, but I'm feeling on an international level.
yeah. And more, it's just going to get, it's almost like every day
That's what I
we're
said.
getting a little bit immune to it. Almost
We
every
can't get
single
immune
day.
to it. We
Breaking news,
cannot.
breaking news. We only get a break on the weekend because he plays golf.
Or he fires everybody on Friday and then runs.
I think we're going to have good news on April 1st with the special election, and that's coming up.
Oh, in Wisconsin?
No, the special election's coming in Florida and New York.
Oh, I was talking, right. What do you feel about the Supreme Court? I mean, the state Supreme Court judge in Wisconsin, Crawford.
Oh, she's going to win.
Yeah,
I felt it. That guy's spending all kinds of money, but I felt her winning.
Musk has
And
spent
when
over
is that
$1
one? And
billion.
when is that one? Is that April 1st too?
Mhm.
Ness said yesterday when sitting on at my dining room table in the corner of my eye, I saw a lady in a white dress walk by. When she walked through the wall, it made a noise and my dog chased after her. I Googled that a lot of folks often seen ladies in white dresses as ghosts. Who was the person I saw yesterday? No idea. I don't think she was related to her at all.
She belonged to the House.
Yeah. What can you tell us about Curtis Yarvin? Scary person. Do you know who that is?
Yeah,
Who is it?
he's the one that he's telling the Republicans to get rid of democracy.
Oh, yeah.
That they have the people got to get rid of all that so they can get used to having a dictator. He's the one that was they all went to with the think tank of 2025, and he gave them marching orders, and we're all listening to him. He's
But I'm going to
wackadoodle.
tell you, somebody's getting ready to be exited, stage left. I feel exit. I feel
Unalived.
somebody might even be anonymous behind this. Some paid people going in and removing or getting rid of people.
Anonymous wouldn't do that. They'd just do it cyberly.
Something's going to happen where I see an actual taking down. It might even be like you said, cyber taking down, but it's
Okay.
a taking down. So we just read, look, a lot of this is the same questions
Mhm.
being
'Cause
asked
everybody wants to
again.
know about the same things.
Will the innocent deported Venezuelan immigrants be brought back? I see a good bunch being brought back.
Eventually.
I'm so sorry they're going through this.
That one about the Venezuelan barber who'd been tortured in Venezuela came here on asylum, received asylum, and because he had a tattoo of a snake on his arm, they felt that he was a gang member.
Yeah, and no
And
due
he's
process,
he's a
nothing.
gay makeup and hairdresser or
Yeah,
barber. And they shaved his head, humiliated him in front of everyone.
yeah.
Um, it's just now someone I was talking to, a source said that there are also women on that plane.
And then apparently
They
El
said
Salvador
no,
said, "Hey, we didn't
no,
agree
no
to
women.
women."
Yeah.
So they shipped them back, correct?
Mhm.
Because they can't have those women in that men's place.
Mm-mm. But then again, Trump is trying to get all the transgendered women who've already had top and bottom surgery shipped off to men's prisons.
I know, but they, the
The
Supreme
judge
Court,
trying to stop
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So did Jeffrey Goldblum, when I think of Jeffrey Goldblum, I think of the actor Jeffrey Goldblum.
Oh, it's Goldberg or something, isn't it? Not Goldblum. Jeffrey Goldblum
They,
is the actor.
well, somebody said just now, well, did Jeffrey Goldblum,
No,
that's
it's
wrong
the guy from the Atlantic. That's what we're talking about.
number, how did he get in the group chat? Is Walls feeding him secretly?
I feel it was just
An accident?
mhm.
But how did his number end up in
It
the
may have been maybe he tried calling him before and he just put the number thought it was into somebody else's number. I'm telling you, I don't feel
it was an honest mistake.
it was well stupidity.
Yeah.
It's not a mistake to be doing a chat room.
Oh, listen, the Democrats, you guys, I won't even watch TV because they're going to take this and pound it into the ground just like they did with us with Hillary.
And
They're
they
not going to let this go like a
no, I
dog.
mean they're all they're I mean Schiff, Hakeem Jeffries and others are just saying somebody has to resign. And Walls is saying he will, he's taking full responsibility for it. But you and I both predicted when Hedgehog got in, we both said he's going to do something embarrass the crap out of
Really
himself
stupid.
and stupid, and it's going to be his swan song.
I think another one's coming up, and then that's when they
Yeah.
exit stage
He's
left.
talking about DEI. We should be talking about DUIs.
Yeah. And somebody said they've seen him drinking. He hasn't stopped drinking. He might even make a move to somebody in a different location. Something's going to happen.
Yeah, you might get a little tied up.
Yeah, I love it. Well, my friend, it was wonderful talking to you.
You too, sweetheart.
I'll write back too. I got to feed dinner to everybody, but I'll
Feed him
write back to Mel.
Lucky Charms.
It's magically delicious. So, so funny. I, honest to God, told that police officer, no, but my Coke spilled, hoping he would feel sorry for me and give me more Cokes. Get that and Paul out of here. Does that oh, and by the way, I came out with that mini skirt and my Eldridge cleavage going. And I must have got 50 guys coming up, handing me their cards saying, you need a good lawyer, you need a good lawyer. Shoot.
Call me, and I'll tell you the name of a good lawyer. But call me.
So,
All right,
okay.
sweetheart. I hope you guys had fun. We went down memory lane with cars today. So
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I made me think of that. I got pictures of it someplace. That great old Valiant. I
I
had
was
young guys at my college come up to me and ask me if I'd be interested in selling the car.
really. I'm
I
just glad when we
maybe.
were younger, we did not have camera phones and all that. I'd probably be in jail by now.
Oh God.
Anyway,
All
sweetheart,
right, honey. You
Brittany.
take care.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
guys. Adios.